Hey, thank you for coming back to watch another one of my videos. And today I'd like to talk to you about a clock. Yes, something a little different. And the reason why I'm showing you this today is because I've been looking for a good wall clock for quite a while. And, you know, a nice big digital clock. And some of them were pretty disappointing. And this clock is from a company called XFLYEE. I'm just saying XFLYEE. I don't know if it's XFLYEE or whatever. But this is the box it comes in. You do get a nice instruction book. And it is very well detailed on how to operate it. So that's a plus. Also in the box you get a nice little cord. Yeah, I kind of forgot to measure the length of the cord. Sorry about that. You actually get a remote control to run this as well. And this is the clock itself. Now this is a piece of plastic. It's like a film to protect it. The face is going to be very high gloss. But I'm going to keep the plastic on it. And well, let's just take a look around already. As you can see, there's the branding on the back. You got two keyholes here. So you can mount it on the wall with some screws or something of that nature. Right here is all the controls. You got a snooze. Yes, it actually has an alarm in this clock too. You get plus and minus. You get a whole bunch of different things in here, and you actually get two different alarms if you want. So you can have one alarm set for early in the morning and one whatever other time during the day. Right here is a speaker, or the speaker for the alarm. This switch here is for the brightness control. Now you get low, medium, high, and then auto. If you leave it on auto, it basically senses the light. So like if the lights are on, it adjusts the light for that. If you shut the lights off, or if it gets darker, it adjusts the light for that as well. And you see this little dot? That's the actual light sensor. Right here, you can see these two little things. These are feet. So if you don't want to hang it up on a wall, you bring the feet out and it can just sit standing straight up like that. Inside of this little piece right here, it comes, by the way, with batteries. These batteries here are to keep the clock, the time and everything running, all the settings running. So if you lose power, and then when the power comes on, it keeps the settings. And by the way, I've had this unplugged now for 4 or 5 days. So let's see if it's still keeping the time. This little X here is a cable tidy. So, as you can see, this is, you know, probably about a good 5-foot cable here. So if you don't need the full 5 feet, you simply wrap it around here and the cord comes out of this bottom slot right there. So let me kind of do this. It's a little kind of funky in the beginning. There we go. So like I said, you can wrap it around this piece here. If you only need, say, like 3 feet, you wrap the excess cord around there. And then otherwise, you were to just take this, set the cable in that little channel, and I keep dropping everything, and then you put that right back on there, and then you're ready to go. So let me plug this in. Excuse me. And what do you know? It's actually keeping the time. Now, you got the time right here, obviously, the day of the week. You get the month and the date and the current temperature right there. Now, I did say that it does have an alarm system on here. So, let me see. I can't remember what button it is. Nope, it's not that one. You get 25 different sounds. That's low volume. And that's the highest volume. So you get 4 different volume settings. And yes, you got to go through each one. I should be doing it this way. And it's this button here to choose, the one that has a musical note on it. We're almost at the end here. That's annoying, isn't it? And here's my favorite one coming up. There you go. And that's it pretty much for this. The remote control, by the way, has an operating range of 10 meters or about 32 feet, maybe a little bit more than that. I already told you that you got 25 alarm tones and two different alarms that you can set on here. So you can have 2 different times where the alarm is going to be going off. This is either a 12-hour or 24-hour format. It does have daylight savings time in here as well. What do I mean by the 12 and 24 hour? Well, if it was a 24 hour, you would not see 9:13 p.m. You would see whatever that would be in a 24-hour time. You do have a snooze function. There is a snooze button right here. And you do have a counter on here, which will either count up or count down. So you can set it for like a 10-minute time, like if you're doing maybe cooking or working out and you only want to do it for 10 minutes or whatever, you can set it and it'll either count up to the 10 minutes and then give you an alarm, or count down from 10 minutes and give you an alarm. And since there's the light sensor, let's see if it'll work in this bright environment. You can see that once I cover up the sensor, it goes dim. The only bad thing though about this sensor is all the vent holes here. Light can kind of get in there a little bit, and that's why you see it flicker a little bit, because the light is also coming in through here. But then again, if the whole room is going to be dark, this is what it's going to do. And that is the highest setting. Let me put it on the highest setting level for lightness. There you go. There's medium and now low. So that's the low light setting for the clock. That's the medium setting for the clock. And that's the high setting for the clock. And like I said, it's all right there. High, medium, and low. And well, that's it for this clock. It is on Amazon. And every now and then they are having some fantastic sales on it. I believe it was 30 bucks the last time I checked. But they've been having either $5 off or 20% off sales on it. So I will leave the link in the description below, and if it's not currently on sale, save it to your list, and it will probably go on sale and then you can get it. And by the way, even the remote control comes with batteries. Now these batteries are individually shrink wrapped, so you're going to have to take them out, cut the wrap off, and then put them back in. The reason why they do that is, 1, so it doesn't drain the batteries, and 2, so if they happen to leak, it'll leak inside the shrink wrap and not damage either the clock or your remote control. Here's a closer look at the remote control. Pretty much all of the settings are on the remote control that are the same exact settings right here on the back. I think with the exception of the snooze button. Yeah. There's no snooze button on here, only on the clock itself. So, what do I think of this clock? Well, so far I'm really loving this clock. The temperature does take a bit of a time to adjust depending upon where you put it. So like if you put it more in a corner and there's a little bit, not so much airflow, it'll take a little bit of time for the temperature to change, okay? But if you put it somewhere a little bit more where there's more of an airflow so it can read the temperature better, that'll change a lot better too, or a lot quicker and be more up to date. It is highly visible no matter where you put it. Let's put it this way. This is probably about a good 4 feet away from my iPad right now, and you can still see it. Yes, that is on a high setting. And I think it's a great clock so far. I mean, of course, time will only tell how good it is. Who knows? Maybe in a year it'll die on me. I don't know. If it does, maybe I'll do a video about it. But right now, I can honestly say for having a nice, big digital clock that can automatically... Oh, stop it. For a nice big digital clock that tells you the month, date, day, temperature, and time, and plus all the having 2 different alarms and having a counter function, or like a stopwatch, if you will. This is worth every penny to get. This is the XFLYEE. I'm saying XFLYEE. Digital wall clock. And yes, I think it is worth every penny to get. I love this thing. I'm glad I was able to find it. Well, I gotta admit this one thing. I seen this on the Geekanoids channel in one of his Mega Gadget collections. So if you haven't watched or are not familiar with the Geekanoids channel, I highly recommend you go and check them out. I'll leave a link for that down in the description below. So yeah, get the XFLYEE digital wall clock. It's definitely worth every single penny. Okay? If you happen to like this video, please give it that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel and do not forget about that notification bell. It would really help me out a lot if you were to share this video and maybe a few more of my others on all of your social media. And until the next video, you, your friends, your family, and yes, even all of your pets, you all have a great day. Okay, I'll see you in the next video, everyone.